They'll turn into the turn now and watch the clock. They're at 55 seconds. Vilwalk is going to swing a little bit wide to use up a little bit of time. I think he's okay. He has 5 seconds to go. Now 2. It's 46, 45, and they are legal. They can go. Now it's all about getting to the start-finish line on time. Interesting that both Jeff Bernard and Brian Perkins let Vilwalk have the inside. Apparently they don't want to mess with him, and that might be discretion being the better part of valor, might make some sense. So we'll see what kind of a boat race they give us for second and third place on the outside. Could be a good one. And, of course, Vilwalk could make a mistake here at the start, get across too early, and that would be the race for first. But that, frankly, is unlikely with this great veteran in the cockpit. Vilwalk brings it through the Madison Milton Bridge turn now and turns it left with 4 seconds. He's in great shape for time. 3, 2, 1, mark. We are racing. We are all legal, and Vilwalk is the leader, as we thought he would be. Second place, it is Jeff Bernard in the Graham Trucking with Brian Perkins in pursuit. So we're already spread out into 1, 2, 3. It's Vilwalk, then Bernard, then Perkins as they go through the first turn for the first time. All 3 boats, though, in one rooster tail right now, and Perkins pulled up a little bit on Bernard in that turn. That 96. Look at that boat run. This thing is just like it's on rails. One of the greatest drivers ever to get in one of these things, and now he has a race boat equal to his ability, and that's why he is so tough to beat. You can see part of the difference as he comes down the front chute here. Watch how this boat rarely touches the water. Not much water off the sponsons. It is always in the air, always flying, and that's why it's so fast. Coming up behind him, 2 rooster tails back, Jeff Bernard in the U5 Graham Trucking. Bernard has gone to the inside of Vilwalk's rooster tail. He may pick up a little ground there, or at least be able to stay ahead of Brian Perkins by taking a shorter way around the race course. But he gets into some rough water, slows him down a little bit, and now Perkins goes to the inside of his rooster tail. So these two dicing it around a little bit on the backstretch. You're looking at Jeff Bernard. He has Brian Perkins off to his left now as we pick up the leader coming out of turn 2 for the second time. Vilwalk down to start finish, finishing his second lap. And once again, watch the boat ride. The music we picked for this team when they go out on the water, let me take you on a magic carpet ride, and that's exactly what he does. Jeff Bernard comes by in second place. He's running in about lane 2. Brian Perkins was over in lane 1, had to cross over the wake. He swings it to the outside now, running back in third place. On to the backstretch, our leader, Dave Vilwalk, the U-96 Spirit of Qatar. Lifts the left sponson up just a little bit. He is a master at using that left foot to operate the front wing on the boat and keep it super light on the water. That's where a lot of the speed comes from. And, of course, a lot of it comes from the tremendous technology of that race team as well. In pursuit, that's Jeff Bernard in the U5 Graham Trucking. He's into the turn as well, running on his third lap. Vilwalk comes by to finish lap 3, and we follow him down into the turn. Starting his 4th lap now as Bernard comes by start-finish, and we score him for 3 laps. Vilwalk is onto the backstretch. Our leader not challenged as we thought he wouldn't be once we saw him get the inside. We won't mention it often, but it is true that if Dave Vilwalk were to win the final heat this afternoon, he would surpass names like Bill Muncy and Chip Hanauer and become the winningest driver in the history of this sport. That would be a tremendous landmark, and we could see that history made here this weekend. The white flag is waving for Vilwalk now as he comes down to finish lap 4. He has 1 to go, running easily. You notice he still runs it like. What Dave does when he backs off a little on the throttle, he just gives it a little more wing and keeps it light. Jeff Bernard comes by, running nice and loose right now. And in pursuit in third place, Brian Perkins. Brian Perkins scores his 4th lap. 4 in the books for our leader, Dave Vilwalk, with a half a lap to go to the checkered flag. And he will have had not only a perfect weekend with 800 points for 2 first-place finishes, he was our top qualifier and picked up 100 points for that. Those 20 points, that the advantage he has over Steve David, could turn out to be a very big factor. Qualifying points count toward getting you into the final heat and, of course, toward the Series High Point Championship and all the marbles. Dave Villwalk takes the checkered flag in the U96 Spirit of Qatar. Good run for Jeff Bernard in the U5 Graham Trucking. He'll be in second place. We pick up our third place boat, Brian Perkins. In the 21, Lake Ridge Paving brings the green, white, black, and checkered boat across start finish. We're watching Dave Villwalk on a cool down lap. Hopes to be doing a couple of more of those today. We still have to run heats 3A, B, and C, and then, of course, our winner-take-all final before we can crown the champion of the 2011 Lucas Oil Madison Regatta. Thanks again to Captain Rondell Perry and associates of the Air National Guard for all they have done for the series this year. The very streaming we're able to bring you right now is a result of that great sponsorship partnership. Here are your results of our Heat 2C. Score 400 points for Dave Villwalk in the U96 Spirit of Qatar. Jeff Bernard picks up 300 for second place in the U5 Graham Trucking. And Brian Perkins should have 225 there. Third place should be 225 points